So what is purpose-built student accommodation? So PBSA, purpose-built student accommodation, is housing specifically built for university students by private developers. Some of those university students may then move on to be in a private residential lettings, while others may stay in their halls of residence for the entire duration of their studies. For the function that student accommodation fulfill to the students, one may say that student accommodation is close to residential. But legally speaking, if the student accommodation is halls of residence, it is not considered a dwelling, meaning that the stamp duty regime would be commercial. So in that sense, student accommodation is closer to commercial real estate. So that's the biggest difference with residential buy to let. Other factors differentiating PBSA to residential buy to let are the very specific target market, the close relationship with university to address that target market, and the presence of a third party operator. While many residential buy to let properties are managed by letting agents, PBSA are specifically managed by a third-party management company, which has usually a specific branding, a specific user experience, and a specific setup, layout, and design. The characteristics of a hall of residence is that it is limited to students and sometimes the staff of a particular educational institution. It is not split into units usually that are suitable for residential use or use as a single dwelling, which is kind of where the legal definition parts residential from student accommodation. Individual bedrooms are accessed usually from corridors or common areas to which all occupants of the building have access to. If we go back to the drivers, demographic trends and state fundings towards education have led to an increase in student numbers. The globalization in the market, which is one key factor, is reflected in the composition of a student body. The applications from international students keep on increasing, as well as the expected standards for everyone in terms of student experience. University is as much about gaining life experience as it is about earning a degree. Accommodation now forms critical components of the university experience and the university proposition. It has been recognized as a lever to positively impact retention and satisfaction rates among students. Ensuring the right level of service, facilities, amenities is no easy task, and that's one that operators are leading the way in this area. The first form of PBSA can take the form of a self-contained studios that caters the specific needs of international demand. But you also have other type of classification that are listed here in this particular slide. One other driver has been affordability. As affordability becomes more important, especially for the domestic market, the mix of PBSA with en-suites and cluster-led PBSA with lower rents level are gaining more shares of the market. Let me put down the definition of the different classifications. So you have cluster flats with shared living space. So they have private kitchen and a shared living space. And then you have modern halls of residence that contains ensuite bedrooms with shared kitchen, dining, and living facilities. Another important driver factor in the PBSA market is the undersupply of grade A, so good quality supply. The renovation of obsolete stock of student accommodation will also generate in the future the development of new supply based on quality, value for money, and delivering good student experience.